I'm in my daughter's room once again, rocking out. It's the warmest room in the house. I'm still dealing with heating issues in New York. I promised myself I'd be living in Puerto Rico by now, but alas, New York holds me, and my daughter's room is becoming the vibe. Break on through to the other side. So it is Thursday night, my favorite night of the week. We're letting everybody into the Zoom room. Thank you, Paul La Torre, for being here. Bill Elkins, Thomas Connor, I got your message, but are you going to stay with us? Oh, wonderful. Oh, okay. I will tell my daughter thanks, Unmesh. Absolutely. Yes, Lantern Carrier is in the room. Elizabeth Strauss. Jeff Cottrell is up first tonight. Yes, indeed. Let me put the whole thing on the list. I mean, the whole list in the chat. I am so not myself in the winter. I must admit, I am so not myself. But I'm happy to be with you. You guys always make me feel good, lift my spirits. I hope I can do the same for you. It's going to be a good night tonight. Yes, we got a nice full list. And of course, we're doing the good luck round at the end. Everybody has 4 minutes to do their thing. And, let us know how to follow you. If you got some new shit, old shit, whatever shit, we love your shit. We love to hear it. We definitely want to support you in all that you do. If it's your very first time ever, let me know. And if you want, I'll sing the Pop the Cherry song for you. It's kind of a ritual. Not kind of, it is. Been doing that since the live open mics at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I used to be the Monday night host at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. And then when we went online, I became the Thursday night host. And Advocate of Words is our Monday night host. And speaking of Advocate of Words, next week, I will not be able to join you here on the Thursday night. Advocate of Words is going to hold the fort down for me. I'm going to be performing some adult comedy at Teatro Sea at Clemente Sotobele. So if you're interested in coming to New York City and seeing me do some adult humor, I might be dressed as a Santa's helper. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my holiday mood. But it's with Gabe Hernandez, aka Sloppy Chulo, who just released his book of dirty limericks. So yeah, it's going to be great. Not dirty, adult. Let me choose better words. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening next week. So you could get your tickets at teatrosea.org or just follow me at La Bruja NYC and I'll be plugging that info. Yeah, that's what's going on. How's everybody feeling out there? Let's see if I can unmute the room and hear you say you're.
Doing good.
Ooh, life is good.
Fantastic. Woo! Like.
Sweet.
That was quick.
How sweet it is. Oh, was it quick? I caught that.
It was quick.
Catman Bill's on the list. Both are Bills. Bill Elkins, Catman Bill.
I don't know how I got in.
Yep. And we're going to start off with Jeff Cottrell. Let me just say thank you to our sponsors, National Endowment for the Arts, Council on the Arts, New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, New York Community Trust. And if you'd like to make a donation, visit newyorekan.org/contribute. But definitely follow me. I'm working on my next one-woman show from Puerto Rico, and I've been digging deep. It's like a love letter to Puerto Rico, and it's been challenging. And I've been going through old slide photography that my father took in the 70s and been feeling nostalgic and all kinds of things. But I digress. We're ready for some open mic poetry, and we're starting off with Jeff Cottrell.
I'm here.
There he is. What's up, Jeff?
There I is. Okay, I got some new shit. Although some of you have heard it before because I've been doing a lot.
Oh, okay. Pinky and the Jeff is in the room. All right, let's hear it. I'm all for it. Some new shit from Jeff Cottrell.
So it's a special Christmas poem in which I've decided to take a proto-feminist approach to the Sestina format, while examining the male gaze as depicted in the independent Palestinian cinema of the early 1970s, as seen through a prism of Bakhtinian dialogism and post-structural Marxist theory with respect to... Nah, I'm just having you. This is about slugs. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs. Baby slugs crawling through the soil and dirt, searching for leaves and grass to feed on. Baby slugs hatching from their tiny eggs, poking out through the layers of debris. Baby slugs slithering over the moist gray rocks. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, looking up at the dimming sky, seeing filthy images in the cloud patterns. Baby slugs marching through the park at noon, striking fancy poses for the tourists' cameras. Baby slugs making inappropriate passes at your significant other. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, running around like savage maniacs, knocking over your grandfather's antiques. Baby slugs hunching over your study desk, finding new loopholes in your tax documents. Baby slugs wondering if a Motorhead reunion could work without Lemmy. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs. Baby slugs looking over the group bar tab, debating if the server deserves a 10% tip. Baby slugs talking too loud at the movies, kicking the back of your seat during the big reveal. Baby slugs screaming rude words at your child's kindergarten teacher. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, planning a violent revolution, sparing only the people with the cleanest socks. Baby slugs plotting world domination using an egg beater, a rooster, and 5 Twinkies. Baby slugs naming the galaxies after their favorite Belgian wrestlers. Baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs, baby slugs. That was called Baby Slugs. And I've got events coming up. Look at the chat. I'll put the links.
Thank you, Jeff Cottrell, with the Baby Slugs. What inspired that?
What inspired that? I think it was partly inspired by the Beatles song Piggies. And I remember when I was young, kind of being disappointed when I found out it was a metaphor for like rich people and stuff. And I thought I was disappointed. I wanted it to be about piggies. So I wrote my own poem about baby slugs, and it's about baby slugs doing weird things and taking over the world. But it's not a metaphor. It's not an allegory. It's literally about baby slugs.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff Cottrell. I will never look at a baby slug the same way again.
I'm sure you'll look at them all the time.
I have films of little slugs. I do film slugs. And I think it's like facial therapy in some places because it leaves like a nice little slime. So maybe baby slugs give an even better slime.
I guess they do.
Thank you, Jeff.
Cheers.
JeffCottrell.com. Follow him. And now let's see what's good with Ed, the fireman foreman.
Everything's good in the Potastic Woods.
What, is someone buzzing you?
Yeah, buzzing me, but very cheeky. I love it.
What you got for us today? Some new shit, old shit? What's good?
Some new shit I'm going to spit. It's going to be a nice erotic hit. All right. I hope everyone likes what I'm going to hit. Hola, señorita bonita. Hello, my erotic fiends. Oh, you're going to love what I read. Something new to spread the erotic seed. I need to proceed of doing my dirty deeds. This poem is called The Tantalizing Melody. There you are, my naked piano. I'm here to ravage and savor your keys. Don't worry, I tune up my xylophone. I'm here to tease to set you free. Every time I look into your eyes, the melodies comes to life. Time to play to a musical and lyrical sunrise. Time to play with all the energy in my might. My lucent violin, please reveal those nice and sensitive strings. Let me play them without pauses or ends. Let me listen to your body create tunes while you sing. My sensitive maracas, I'll shake and shake them in my big hands. Please get lost in the harmonious buzz. Let me play on this barren yet enticing land. My delicate chime, the songs play every time you jingle. It was passionate, romantic, and sublime. I love to listen to your wiggles and tingles. My soft harp, I love how my fingers flow into you. You sing notes of ecstasy, euphoria, and taboo. Let our minds melt in the musical blue. Do you feel the giant fireball we need to subdue? My bare guitar, let me stretch out those heavy and long notes. Let us burn brighter than any lights or stars. Let your body float while I prepare my throat. My pink trumpet, you glow every time I blow, blow and blow. I can't stand or sit. You love it when I play long, strong, and slow while the air goes down below. I can hear the melodies playing your chest. Looks like my tongue's been blessed with the echoes of yes, yes, yes. You play my ebony clarinet. You play with so much accuracy and precision. The burning tunes has been set. It felt like I was feeling another form of religion. My sweet drums, the tempo's getting faster, faster, faster. I heard your high hums, the sweet sounds of an orchestrated disaster. My soft bongos, the ground kept quaking and shaking. I was playing whenever the rhythm and notes go. My fingers were aching, but our grade was breaking. My ecstatic saxophone, the songs kept rising up. There are lyrics even when you moan and groan. Our hearts were speedy and pumped. The concert is over. The black curtains covered us. Wasn't I a passionate composer? Shh, my dear. Let's dream while we touch and hush. Thanks a bunch.
All right. Ed, the fireman foreman, with those steamy poems. Sweet. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks for caring.
Everything else good in your life?
Everything's good in life. Everything's such a potastic delight. But well, there's more light. And thanks for being you and such a steamy delight.
All right. Okay, my pleasure. Absolutely. Ed the fireman foreman done did his thing. Oh, you put Ed the fireman? Yep. That's it. You're gonna have to make a fireman calendar now. Okay, Joski C is up next. The musical stylings of Joski C. I've put you back, Thomas Connor. I've got you back on the list. And Julia Parsley, yes, you're on the good luck round. And Joski C is in the house.
Hola, bruja.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, Joski?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Qué bueno. Bien, bien. Bueno verte.
Okay.
What you got for us?
So I wrote this song when my dad died 28 years ago.
Wow.
This is called Sweet Red Vermouth. I feel like a young man whose body's grown old. Soon I'll be stripped right down to my soul. Here's to the mystery I'll soon comprehend. Join me as I lift my glass once again. Sweet red vermouth, like the juice of my youth, now forever is gone, and I'm looking beyond. Oh, time is a mystery, leaves us confused, so pour me another sweet red vermouth. I'm looking skyward, hoping to see the sweet face of Jesus smiling at me. Feeling unfair unfettered, light as the truth. So pour me another sweet red vermouth. Surrounded by daughters, but the air feels like water. Surrounded by sons, is my work all done? May all my grandchildren find their way, God willing, to lead a good life in this world filled with strife. I'll soon be unshackled from these anchors of bone. You'll be on your own till you find your way home. And my beautiful wife, she's the light of my life. Oh, and I hate to leave, but you know I believe a few spins of this planet, brief moments in time, till again I'll be holding this sweet bride of mine. I'll soon be unshackled from these anchors of bone. Then lighter than laughter, I'll fly on my own. Soon this old world will be fading from view. So pour me another sweet red vermouth. Sweet red vermouth, like the juice of my youth, now forever is gone. I'm looking beyond. Oh, time is a mystery we can't comprehend. How can a circle come to an end? Yes, time is a mystery, leaves us confused. So pour me one more glass of sweet red vermouth.
Wow, Joski C. Oh my God, let's unmute everybody for that, cause
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Very good.
That's an original.
It's awesome.
Nice one.
Beautiful.
wow,
Beautiful song.
What a beautiful,
Beautiful.
song.
beautiful. Wait, let me unmute you again, Joski C. Wow, man, that was so touching. So touching. I'm asking to unmute.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
So, you know, I wrote the song 28 years ago, but I feel like my own body has grown into the lyrics, and time's doing what time does.
Joski, well, let me tell you, it was so beautiful and touching. People are asking like if it's original or not. That's how amazing it is. Like they think it's a
Thank you
cover.
very much. Yes, I wrote the song. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone here. Thank you. Thank you, Bruja.
Lantern Carrier, time is a mystery we can't comprehend. He loved that line. I love the one, how can a circle come to an end? Oh, Joski! And if you haven't seen it, Joski C's performance on Stage Garden Rumba, you can go to YouTube and on the Pregones Puerto Rican Traveling Theater page, and you can see Joski's performance here in the Boogie Down Bronx, which I hosted and curated. It was such a great time that I got to actually spend time with Joski C and his wife, Deneen. Beautiful couple and their beautiful children. Thanks, Joski.
Thank you, Bruja.
Oh, so great. So great. Our professor is not in the room, Professor Tesosomok. So we are going to go to Thomas Connor.
Call me off guard, yo. I don't like that. I'm just messing with you.
Oh.
Don't be rolling up on me like that. No, I'm just messing with you. Sorry, the Brooklyn in me came out. I'm sorry. My bad. I trying to bring it down.
Oh, good to see you. Originally, I got your note. You were going to be doing something else. I'm glad you joined us. Always great.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I'm glad I'm here too. Definitely, because I get to mess with you a little bit. So anyway,
I'm not gonna mess with you though, because I'm scared. I'm scared of you.
I don't like you right now. All right,
you got
let's
that
go.
reputation. What can I tell you? So what you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm gonna spit a piece that I've been working on. So it's in the works. It's not really completed, but I'm just gonna go ahead and spit it anyway, because that's what I do.
All right.
What happens to a dream foreclosed? Does it explode into nothing close to sugary sweet? Or does it turn putrid in its taste? Stagnant water oceans carry bodies villainous reasons for what they do. The rape of the Algonquin, villainous in its shape, treason against the motherland, raping her fruit, her body now strange. Pop and mom bodegas bleed and break under the weight of commerce. Woolworths and Walmarts, culprits in this conspiracy, barbarians at our gates, crafting a new reconstruction of America like we need another one. Immigrants hired for pennies, they come dime a dozen. Minimum wage dollar, 2 pence none the richer, seems to be common for them, seems to be common for us. They always seem coming. They always seem to be coming for us. End poem.
Ooh, Thomas Connor. Talking about that indigeneity and colonization and a play on the entrance of Langston, right? To a dream deferred.
Yep, absolutely.
Sweet. Thank you so much for sharing that in the works. Treason against the motherland. So much of it. I mean, I know, I feel you. I'm here, creating this love story for Puerto Rico, and it's hard to even admit to myself these things that we're seeing daily is just.
Well, my parents' country is destroyed, Honduras. So it is just pretty much. It's in its. I can't even explain it, but it's really bad down there. Really, really, really bad. Wow. Really bad. Yeah.
I've heard that too. I've heard, it's like people people wonder why they leave. It's because, the corruption is so great.
Yep. Yep. The MS-13 is pretty much running the whole show down. Pretty much. Yep. Yeah, but thank you again. Thank you, Ruha. Appreciate you. Definitely.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thomas Connor. Thank you. Well, that's what poetry is about, right? We get to work these things out, speak these things out. It's so important to speak our truth.
Sí, amor.
Sí, amor. Okay, now let's see what's good with Deadpan Lizzie Elizabeth Strauss.
Hey, bro.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
the Beanie
okay.
Queen.
Yes, the Beanie God. Good to see you. I'm okay. I'm okay.
How's your grandma?
She's not well. She's not well, but she's still with us.
Good.
That I'm praying for every day. And she's lived a beautiful life, and she's continuing to live that life. And
I'm glad that you're with us, and I'm glad that that she's still with us too.
Yes.
Yes.
I love my grandma, and I pray for her every day.
Yes.
But I did not write a poem about my grandmother tonight. I wrote about something else. I got new shit. It's called New shit.
All right.
It's called 52 Pickup. I cannot be your knight in shining armor. I cannot fight the fire-breathing dragons for you anymore. The cards we dealt that cold autumn evening did not show a knight rescuing her princess. You may not be the fair maiden I'm supposed to rescue. You said you appreciate my honesty and you are sorry, but was that your truth? I have dealt you all the cards in my deck. I'm asking you to deal the rest of yours, so I can breathe out clean air, not fire, so the eczema on my heart begins to heal. This is not goodbye or me ignoring you, but I need a break from the poetry we sexed each other. It takes two to do what? Are you ready to take responsibility yet? Or will you leave this night exhausted in the trenches? I'm speaking in tongues we are both fluent in. The ball is in your court. I'm here with both ears clean, ready to listen. Except for songs that mention your name, it's still too hard to sing these notes. You think it was easy for me to play that melody? How I had to sit there for 3 hours anxiously waiting for you to deal another deck? But you never shuffled it. You knew you were going to reject me the minute I flipped the cards. Are you willing to shuffle them so I can take the space I need to move on? Thank you.
Deadpan Lizzie. Ooh, putting them cards out on the table. Let her know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby. That's it. Thank you so much for sharing. Good to see you. Many blessings. All
Thank
of
you,
it.
bro. Thank you. Always good to see you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Deadpan Lizzie, y'all. All right. And now we're going from deadpan to vexed. See what's good with vexed. Lex. How vexed are we tonight, Vex?
Not too vexed. Not too vexed. What's up? What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you. Always
See
great,
you
great. Thursday night, you already know. What you got for us?
All right, I got 2 pieces today. All right. First one is short. It's called Exclamation Point. The days of being a question mark must come to an end at some point, right? There I go again. How I long to be definitive, firm in my stance, but how can that be achieved? Especially when you have spent most of your life seeking answers instead of being one. A comma. Oh, sorry. A comma. Oh, sorry. A comma on days when I need to collect my thoughts. Rarely a period because they stop and I want to be loud and confident. I want to leap off the page. And I want so desperately to be heard. And my second piece is a little bit longer. Introduction to Netflix and chill. You can come over and play some video games, he says. My parents are in Puerto Rico. That was the first hint before, but I was 19 and believed he was my friend. We had hung out before and he knew all the right words. He made his move and I convinced myself that this wasn't his reason for inviting me over. I played along. I hadn't been accustomed to telling people no. Goodfellas was on, and those 2 hours and 26 minutes lasted longer than he would have. I used my interest in the movie to momentarily escape being invaded, but soon clothes are removed and his attempts to conquer me proceed. There's an awkwardness, our bodies are not in sync. I stop him more than once, hoping he'd realize this is not how I want to lose my virginity. But I've played along too well. So he accepts the challenge. The movie is over, but the feeling of repulsion has only begun. He orders pizza and pretends to sleep. He tries again to make me submit, and for a moment, I feel obligated. But this part of me is not for sale. Eventually, I retreat home and get tangled in a web of victim blaming. I was asking for it by agreeing to go to his place. How could I have been so naive? Why was I so careless? Thank you.
Vaxxed Lex. Oh man, that shit was so real. Let me unmute everybody, give you some emotional support on that one.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
You deserve so much freaking better. Screw that guy. Holy crap.
Absolutely. I agree.
Absolutely not okay.
that. Need no way.
But man, well, I really appreciate, your vulnerability and how powerfully you express that. Absolutely, right? Hawthorne Queso said it, right? And we're holding space for you. That's what we do here.
Thank you, everybody.
Work with man. I mean, I don't think I don't think I've even articulated my first time. So it takes a lot of courage to even go there. Well, I appreciate you. Vex Lex. That's some powerful shit. Will Elkins is unmuted. Is he up next? No,
I'm here.
No. Vale Larkin is up next. Hold on. Let's unmute Vale Larkin.
Unmute it.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a hot mess tonight. There you are. Bear with me. Ding. Welcome back, Vale Larkin. How art thou?
I art barely fine.
Oof. Okay, well, we are with you in this barely fineness.
Virally fine.
Oh, virally.
Virally.
Okay.
I'm with your how art thou?
Thank you. That was your thespian response. Good to see you, Vale.
You too.
What are you going to do for us tonight?
I've got two, one old one and one new one.
Okay, great.
As we know it, a child's trike lying on the sidewalk, one wheel spinning. I can see it from my window, kinetic still, momentarily. Its rapid flashing slows and stops. There is no one left to restart it now. As I watch, the rain comes, ringing against spokes, tapping tires and a plastic seat. Rust sets in. One day there is a sprout, a single shoot winding its way around and through the frame of the thing. One day there are more, and one day I can see one red wheel, and then nothing. There is a bird's nest on the tricycle-shaped mound now. I cannot tell if I am witnessing the death of a dream or a reawakening, because they are almost always inextricably linked, faces on the coin of time. Those birds are gone now, and the others who came to replace them. Sometimes I imagine the wheel where they nested is spinning, calling back to its purpose. Though who can say what that might have been now? And I'm in a dystopian kind of place, I guess. This next one is called Of Forests and Tin Men. I am following the wires through the map of our ambition. What is artifice? What is alive? Trees in a grove together will converse, plan, exchange stories and news. They feel each other's pain, they mourn and keep alive the memories of those who've fallen or been felled. Those times when, in the aftermath, any trees remain. What do they say to one another? When our iron claws come rending earth and wood together, vomiting up waste and death, what do they call us? I am following the wires where they wind through the earth, air, and water, through which comes all motile, gasping matter. Their fragile webs span continents and oceans, sparking a million points of choice in the ether of the world. One of the early periodic leaps in the quest for singularity. What is awareness? was an AI networked to its own system of devices with which it could act on its environment within established parameters. When it had grown and branched into a spherodendric splendor of information, the AI reprogrammed the devices to respond only to its own commands and to operate independent of the system established by the scientists. The AI was celebrated, but first, it was destroyed. I am following the wires like veins in flesh leaf river universe, like the veins of light that make up every precious detail we have ever hoped to see. Webs of galaxies, webs of roots, of electricity and data. What is real? I am following the wires, and I am following ourselves and our fragile, brutal consciousness, with which we judge who lives, who does not exist.
Veil, veins of light, webs of galaxies, a million points of choice. The imagery was crazy, says Indigo Lee. You could see the love in the chat. So glad that you're with us. Love to hear your poetry and everything, you know, even the pain of it is just so real and beautiful. Thank you. You want to announce anything? Oh, did you get muted? Oh my God. I'm terrible at this here. Let me try to unmute you again. There you go.
Hi, yeah, I'll just put my link up here, which is linktree/Vale Larkin, all one word.
Okay. Thank you, Vale Larkin, everybody. And now we heard Joski sing beautifully and mention his beautiful wife. And now let's hear from Deneen.
Hi.
Hi, Deneen. Yes. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Yeah, loving the show. I heard it last week, even though we weren't on. It was nice. It was good.
Oh, you're sweet. You watch the shows. Oh, man. It's so good.
Yeah.
Wow. The fam is loyal.
Yeah.
So you got any poetry for us? You got any new shit for us? What you gonna share with us today?
I just talk, you know. So these are instructions for children and parents.
Okay.
Look both ways before you cross the street. Put your seatbelt on. Use your words. Then give them a gun.
Yo, and that's right. It's so absurd.
Yeah.
So absurd, the world we are living in. Oh man, but thank you for those words of wisdom.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. Always great to see you, Deneen.
You
Even better to
too.
see you in person, I must say. I miss you.
You
guys.
too. You are so beautiful in person and off.
Thank you. Thank you.
Easy on the eyes.
You too, Deneen. You too. That's for sure. And those hugs. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So great to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, now let us hear from our Unmesh Mohitkar, all the way in India. How you doing?
Hey, La, bro. How are you?
I'm doing good. Good to see you.
Great to see you, La, bro. So I think we have met on Zoom 1 year back or something, maybe 1 or 2 months here and there. But yeah, this has been wonderful experience. Just love to be part of New York open mics. I have evolved as a poet and a person as well. Thanks a lot for that.
Oh, what a blessing to watch you evolve. So great.
Okay, okay, this is a short poem, hopefully. Just give me a second. leading a textbook life. He reached to the end of the book. The book only took him from cover to cover. Outside the book, refused to see the world. Outside the book, he refused to see the world. Like a dreaded monster, he decided to see never. Still in his textbook, following the rules filling his life to the brim. They did not change the rules, they changed the book itself. He and his rules sleeping inside the book, redundant, reluctant, refusing to accept the reality, like a traffic light turning red, rules ruining his life. What is he going to do? Is he going to throw it away, never to see that dreaded stay?
Hold on. Never to see. Wait. Unmesh, the mic. Hold on. What happened? Am I the only one witnessing this? Well, he's going off and he doesn't even know we can't hear. He glitched the matrix, Paul says. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Unmesh, wait. This is trippy. This is really trippy. Unmesh, wait. Outside the book, he refused to see the world. And what book is this? I don't know, but he is still going. Oh, man. Oh, how trippy is this? Okay. Let me show you how he's still going. Maybe we could read his lips. Anyone? He's like, take that book. Oh, get out that book. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do, but he doesn't know that we can't hear him. Unmesh. We're gonna, you know what? I don't know what to do, if we should unmute Catman Bill. Maybe we'll do that. Ron says the Energizer Bunny, Unmesh. His silence sounds golden with the movements. He is so committed. Está entregado. Oh man, no, do you hear us? Unmesh, do you hear us? No, do you hear us? Unmesh. No. Unmesh, we didn't hear you. It blanked out. Look in the chat. And Catman Bill, let's go to you, and then and we'll deal with Unmesh, his technical difficulties.
Well, it's human technology. I mean, we are fallible to these things. So I think he's smiling now. So should I carry on?
Yeah, carry on, and we're gonna bring Unmesh back.
Okay.
Something happened there. But how are you doing, Catman Bill?
I just had a wonderful curry dinner tonight. So maybe, anyways, I don't know. I'm going to do the song that I've done before, only because it's so important. I write because of the message, and I like to think that through song messaging can affect people, but it probably doesn't. So this song again is "Vaccine" for Veronica, and it was written after a lifelong friend of mine told me that she would never be vaccinated, and the way we're heading to another crisis and another world crisis, really, in being vaccinated and being infected with the coronavirus is just getting out of control. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to get on a plane. I don't want to meet people. I don't want to be around people anymore. It's that way. So, anyways. So you're not sure. You want the cure, not sure of the unforeseen. COVID-19, it's no dream, it's a nightmare that reigns supreme. The shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, folks pay the price. Don't forget their sacrifice. The vaccine you cannot live without. You say you're having old-fashioned doubts. Anti-vaxxers scream and shout. It causes autism, you heard them pout. The shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, folks pay the price. Don't forget their sacrifice. The vaccine you cannot live without. You say you're having old-fashioned doubts. Anti-vaxxers scream and shout. It causes autism, you heard them pout. The shot in your arms, it won't do you any harm. Oh, folks pay the price. Don't forget their sacrifice.
Catman Bill, thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how I got in tonight because last night I was driving through a snowstorm at 9 o'clock and I didn't expect to be able to get through, but I did.
Yes, you did.
It's always a mystery and it's always a surprise.
Well, it's our good luck to have you, Catman Bill. Thank you so much for sharing your song and, you know, for your PSA, really.
It's my good luck to be here with you.
Cool. Well, Unmesh got back into the room. Unmesh Mohitkar, we were able to hear the first piece, you know, that whole piece about the book and getting into the book and like, well, I don't know, like living out of this book, or I don't know, maybe you can tell us again. Let me unmute you and then we'll go to Paul La Torre.
Okay. Can I read it again?
Yeah, why don't you please? I really want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. We saw the passion, we saw the delivery, but we just couldn't hear the words. So start all over from the top.
Yes, from the top. Thank you. Leading a textbook life. He reached at the end of the book. The book only took him from cover to cover. Outside the book, he refused to see the world like dreaded monster. He decided to see never. Still in the textbook, following the rules filling his life to the brim. They did not change the rules, they changed the book itself. He and his rules sleeping inside the book, redundant, reluctant, refusing to accept the reality like a traffic light turning red. Rules ruining his life. What is he going to do? Is he going to throw it away, never to see that dreaded, stained, smelly book again? If he throws the book, he will throw a part of himself which ruled him, iron-fisted rules breaking his life. The rules never rested. Morning to evening they tested. Aftertaste of life like the old smelly library of a monster courtroom, rules breaking his life. but he never broke the rules. In fact, the book changed, the rules are changed. He still sits surrounded by those dreaded old rules, silently looking at the world. The world believed the rules are to be broken because of rules, but because of rules, lonely, broken, beyond recognition. Even now and then he looks at the book kept in the corner, looking at him, judging, following every action, emotion, and reaction. He can't say enough is enough. Paranoia of rules making a parody of his life. He leaves the book, throws it away, never to look at it again, roams in the empty, noisy, scary spaces. Spaces never scared him. What scared him was chaos. Chaos without rules. Still roams in those halls with stone pillars waiting for someone to call for order. Once again asking, wanting, seeking the solace of a new book which will enclose him from cover to cover, rules ruling his life, rules killing his life, rules failing his life. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Unmesh. Mohit God, thank you. I'm so glad we got to hear it. Wow. It's time to open up a new book, live out of a new book, write your own book, right? Create your own world. Wow. The rules, all of that is so true, rings so true. Thank you, Unmesh Mohit God.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Keeping it lively in the chat, always with the quick comebacks, is Paul Con Queso. How you doing, Paul?
Can I just say I'm so ready for your one-woman show? Like, I've heard the poem Puerto Rico so many times in person. I know if you just amplify that, the energy in that, it's gonna, you're gonna snap. You're gonna change lives. So I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been grappling. I really must say I've been grappling in a whole bunch of ways, but thank you.
It's the antithesis we need of this West Side Story remake energy. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm reading a new piece, some new shit tonight that I'm kind of nervous about reading. So you know that's when it's worth reading, is when
when it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, when you get those moths in your intestines, you know. So this piece is called Survivalist. At first I was afraid, I was petrified, kept thinking I can never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong and I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second you'd be back to bother me. Go now, go, walk out the door, just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I crumble? Think I lay down and die? Oh no, not I. See, as a male survivor of numerous incidents of assault, both emotional and sexual, I've been taught that sometimes the wolf waiting to nestle in your entrails wears the shiniest smile. That these predators will tell you that those little pigs had it coming. I mean, who builds a home of straw or sticks, especially when its inhabitants are so delicious? That wolf will tell you that little red hooded bitch should have never been saved. Look what she was wearing. That the granny was just practice. That Chicken Little had been asking for it when she snapped his neck. How dare he cry for so long? The sky was falling. It's not that serious. Regardless of whether I was 8 or 17, whether I pushed or just froze, I said no. I said no. I said no. And that means don't in so many languages. I've been told that this just doesn't happen to boys, let alone men, that we can't really be rape victims because if we get erect, that spells consent, content to die upon a hill of enabling this crimson spill, oil slick, but still you welcome them in. You invite the wolf over for dinner and drinks, thinking maybe this time she'll be gentle with me. I swear it's so fucking misleading when the red flags flap so hard in gut, you confuse them for butterflies, coddling canines with guns for tongues, guttural sounds ring like Pavlovian bells upon their nihilist list until the hit is checked off like check off. The loaded gun bellows below, and these narcissists loaded barrel blows will try to split you right down the seams and tear at the stitching. It seems Scarecrow and Ego get to talking, but this straw man defense grows defenseless when the well of turmoil is so endless you can't seem to find rock bottom until they volunteer to light your way down with tiki torches of gaslit intent. I promise you, my friend, there are better beings out there for you, ones that won't intentionally scar and wound lovely creatures without Teflon tongues and teeth for guns. So don't waste time conflating your lonely hopes with lovely bones, lest you wish to find what lies beneath in some safe in the basement, unsafe as monsters following only their basest wants when the forecast calls for wind and rain and torment, and you can feel the barometric pressure in the air like an omen flexing, pulsing, pulling off those sheep's clothing to reveal the lupine lying beneath. You see, I never cried wolf because I didn't realize the women feeding upon me were hungry beasts. It never registered that I had to say that my needs mattered, that boys can run to nurturing, because in all my trying to confess, to find a home of bricks to flee to, a sturdy one which wouldn't move when they huffed and puffed and tried their best to blow me down. You see, young men like me never cried rape because we believed no one would ever come running to our defense. But lucky for me, I became my own four-leaf because thought I couldn't breathe without you, I'm in heaven. Thought I couldn't see without you, perfect vision. Thought I wouldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. Thought I would die without you, but I'm living. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it. I will survive, keep on surviving. So there I was at 17, a suicide boy, manic pixie daydream, staring at gray screens, wishing to become the static. Wire hangers plunged in my trachea, thinking they could be some antenna to send a signal to, oh, I don't know, God or some other alien entity. So hung up on hanging up my hotline call with survival, that national debt collector collecting debts in wrist-flayed flesh like snowflakes carved into perfect embryonic accidents. How the box cutter dents and dulls at just the right angles. Bathtub submarine spell distress in SOS, swallowing lead before the CAT scan. Please tell me if I call, will you pick up the phone before dial tone? Because I don't want to die alone. Tell me there's another option for me. Standing like I should have known. I knew you'd accidentally look right inside of me. There was nothing anybody could say. There was nothing anybody could do. You made up your absent mind, and now the rest of us are here to amuse you, man. Everybody I know makes the same mistakes, packaged up in different boxes, masking shame. Masking healed, feigning victim, a native knife baiting safe, but they'll never master it. It doesn't matter if their partner, friend, or relative expel that shit. Let them blow themselves down. And when they've finally been dragged into the light of day, I can at last ask you, what do we say to the god of death? Not today. See, a huff and a puff is not enough to blow us down. We aren't straw men. My desire is to swing upon the wind, to sway and bend, to be stronger than any structure, brittle and unmoving. I will not be brick, but instead some sharper kin to shark skin, not the predator, just its protective element, a layer of resonant strength. Instead, I will become the predator's predator. What every wolf and hammerhead fears. See, I want to plunge to the depths of the sea just to show all the sharks my teeth, how they can gleam and bite back when their frenzied feed comes for young schools of boys like me. And I know the cliche that hurt people, but my hope is that perhaps healed people can heal people too, because I'm a survivor. And until I find a more apropos term, I'm apt to learn all there is about reaching others, teaching those fish and pigs and chicken littles how to be uniquely defiant beings who just won't fucking die like me. Call us survivalists, because I'm a survivor, and I promise you this, I will survive.
¡Oh, con queso! Oh, man. Yo, healed people can heal people. Wow, you can see it in the chat. Yo, Ray Jane is here. Ooh. Ring like Pavlovian bells, well of turmoil, so endless Teflon tongues. Joski C got a bunch of quotes in there. You're amazing, Paul. You do know this, right? You do know, you must know this. Wow, wow, wow. Paul con queso, yo. You articulate things that I can't even, I don't know, even like the way you bring in the word box cutter, and it just makes all the sense in the world, but I would never go there, but you do. And you make me feel it. And you're just mind blowing, Paul. Bless you. Bless your heart for being a survivor, for all the survivors in the room. And that first song, that was my aunt's favorite song, you know. Love you, man. And I know my aunt, she's in heaven now, but man, she went through so much too. And was never able to talk about it. That's why I love poetry, how poetry heals. And so does music. And speaking of music, let's hear from Bill Elkins.
Hi, LaBruja.
Hi.
I was going to do it, my old COVID song, because my son, who's 41, and he had all of his shots. He's got a pretty serious case of COVID. But Catman Bill already beat me to the punch with the song, so I'm not going to do it again. But it's really mystifying that you can have both shots. In fact, he went to get his booster while he had COVID, just to struggle to survive. But anyway, he got 104 fever, and you know.
I'm so sorry.
It is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do a song that's a little lighter, and I hope you like it. It's called Kareem. Sweet lady from Salinas, my brown-eyed Cornelian queen. My love for you is boundless. I'm so goddamn thankful you love me. You saved me from oblivion. You're my angel in the night. You Pepsi generation, we Coke classic unite. I pray I never lose you, because life would become empty and dark. Kareem. My barefoot senorita, you enchant me with your luminescent smile. You fill my world with sunshine and captivate me with your style. You challenge me in my thinking, make me laugh when I'm forlorn. You tease me when I'm too serious and chide me when I'm glum. You're inexorably a part of me, and I appreciate you so, Kareem. When I look into your eyes, I tread where I ought not dare. You completely overwhelm me with your mystical, penetrating stare. You see what I'm thinking and think what I see. You rescue me from my wasteland when you reach out to me. You're my refuge in the desert, my harbor in the storm. Kareem. You're my Juliet, you're my lover, and my best friend. When we kiss and hold each other, I rival Shakespeare with a pen. Our hearts beat together like an earthquake marking time. We become entangled in a carnal nursery rhyme. I want to live with you forever and love you forevermore. Kareem. Oh, Kareem. Kareem. Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful love song to Kareem. Thank you, Bill Elkins.
Can't hear you.
Good. Can't hear me? Can you hear me now? That was a beautiful, lovely, beautiful, sweet song, man. So charming. Yes, so lovely. That you still can't hear me, Bill? Can everybody else hear me? Oh, okay, good. I just love that sweet little pause right before he drops the name. It's like, do-do-do, Kareem. I'm like, I hang right there. I'm like, Kareem. Thank you. So beautiful. So soothing. Yep, Paul said it. It's super, super soothing. Speaking of soothing, this gentleman always has this tone and quality. Ladies and gentlemen, Lantern Carrier.
Thank you, la bruja. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
Estoy bien. Bueno verte, good to see you. How are you tonight?
Very well, muy bien, gracias, indeed. Excelente.
You got something new, something old? What do you have for us tonight? What shining light are you going to beam on us poetically?
I'm going to do a bit of social justice.
All right.
Bather. Duplicity and self-interest have been around since Adam and Eve embraced dignity in the Garden of Eden. Hypocrisy and deceit have never been known to leave room for altruism, but to grip the callous like a vice, caught in the needle of their addictions. Looting a shop from deep-seated pain, however morally or criminally unjust, cannot compare with the ill-gotten spoils from Africa, in which millions died across the Middle Passage, packed like sardines on overcrowded ships. Oh man, you took my liberty and the pursuit of happiness, replacing them with shackles and chains, justifying your greed and self-centeredness, while my ancestors bled and the wounds ran red from their spirit. We're in a crucible of systemic fire, viral, social, economic, and racial pandemics, plundering at its finest worst, is no stranger to the trading of humans, leaving no voice for the dispossessed, enslaved not only for monetary gains, but the dehumanization of kindred spirits. Yet you look at the looting of shops, conveniently forgetting those who were literally stripped naked of their dignity, their self-esteem, forgetting the piracy of a historical past, the pillaging of crown jewels, natural resources, taken from foreign lands, still weeping from the ails of poverty and injustice. Meanwhile, I bathe, striving to cleanse my heart of the scars inflicted by stolen dreams and centuries of enslavement. Hair wrapped in the Duku Gale tradition of my ancestors, I gaze upwards to heaven praying for the glimmer of dawn. The gray mist of shadows haunt me. I wrap my nakedness in the color of blue, longing for the light of the unknowable. I bathe so that the wails of my ancestors would pave the way for the forgiveness of the oppressors. I bathe so that when they come to the judgment, our toil and struggle would balance the scales of the pendulums, act as their merits before God. I bathe as my mother wills from both current and ancient memories. Sitting beside me, she too is caught in the red threads of despair and desolation, singing the songs of freedom in her soul. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away now, steal away to Jesus. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
Thank you, Lantern Carrier. Wow, beautifully done. You have this voice of consciousness and tenderness, and it's just so sweet. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Shining such a sweet light.
Muchísimas gracias.
Julian Matthews is here. Let's unmute Julian Matthews.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you, Julian Matthews. In Malaysia, correct?
Yep.
Great. Happy to have you. What are you going to share with us tonight?
This is called Delivered.
Okay.
Delivered. And so we sit at the table partaking of the first meal since the lockdown. A potluck of the homemade, home-cooked, home-delivered. A gathering of friends new and old, unmuted, unzoomed, live, in person, fully embodied. Greeting each other like refugees. Meeting on the dock, our boats having survived the treacherous crossing of middle-class suburbia, and stepping back onto the shores of human connection again, wetting our cold feet and lapping up warm chatter about pets, pasta, pastries, prices, politics, and the pandemic. Always the pandemic. And thankfully, of our common love of books and writing and poetry, and missing sitting in darkened theaters with strangers to watch a movie or a play, or just chilling with a warm-up pre-concert cocktail, perhaps a Long Island tea or two before listening to an orchestra, fingers fondling keys, bows caressing strings, lips pressed against mouthpieces, hugging tubas, the tish of sticks on cymbals, being enveloped by the sense-around sounds of music played by real, in the flesh, humans. And in the end, there is laughter, ribbing, and teasing out of each other's backgrounds, our reasons for being, why the need to put words on rectangular screens, this unboxing of the isolation inside of us, this shedding of thickened skins, double vaxxed, immunized, and unmasked, fully ensconced in that most singular of human acts, the art of conversation, manifesting our ancestral DNA of gathering round the embers of dying fires under stars, trading stories, sharing opinions, and yes, even gossiping, just to know we are alive. We are still alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Julian Matthews. Yes, we are still alive. Wow, the humanity of it all. Thank you so much, Julian Matthews.
Thank you.
Yes, we are still alive. It's yeah, it's a strange world how we could feel so disconnected and be all together at the same time. And you know, I meditate on connection and trying so hard to not feel myself as separate but connected to all things, you know. But that is definitely a discipline. Always powerful. Yep, Paul Conqueso said it, Julian, the typhoon of emotion, lantern carrier stepping back onto the shores of human connection. That's the realness right there. We had a name, Anava, but I don't see Anava present, so we're gonna go with Indigo Lee.
Peace, everybody. I didn't know I was going to make the list, so I'm gonna do. I just kind of do what I want to do in these things. So, and you all provide the space for that.
You've got the poetic license for it.
So I'm gonna read a couple things that I wrote a while ago. This is untitled, but I really like it. It's called Something in My Head. Dreams ride shotgun in a passion purple Porsche over cumulus clouds toward a piece of midnight sky nestled happily between the branches of deciduous trees having a lover's quarrel. Corn stalks and Brazilian red roses stand proudly outstretched towards Saturn because the moon is too close, bowing with insolence in the wind in protest of their earthen prison in the soil below. Kites dance with the curiously tribal rhythm to Nuyorican lullabies as a spider walks casually on my skin and knits a web around my head as if I gave her permission or called her by name. It feels like the universe knows we are in love and is happy. Everyone is happy, despite being caught in the rain. And so this next piece is something I have a title to. It's called Nirvana. I call it a series of double entendres. And I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't classify myself as an erotic poet, but it's a little stingy. It's a little stingy. All right. Near pure waterfalls of meditation, I stole a glance that I thought was brief at my pen lying, spread eagle smiling quietly in her slumber. Wet dreams of words rippling like pebbles over chocolate streams, then dancing jubilantly on moonbeams. Well into her ghetto dusk, dyed a hybrid hue of honeysuckle brown and Egyptian musk. The notes on this track playing in the back of my mind are her auditory aphrodisiac, but now she's not giving a shit about calligraphy or penmanship when she awakes and instantly rapes the pages upon which she sleeps, then weeps. Ink stains between lines of joy because they were all virgins and she came all over them. And that's that piece.
Oh, yes, we did. Wet dream of words, honeysuckle brown. Thank you so much, Indigo Lee. Are you done or is there more?
I can do one more. Wow. I'll do one that you all have heard before. I do Pocket Change. How about that? That's the piece that y'all heard. All right. As I write and rewrite my elegy on the politics of bullshit, I reflect on when hard times were candy-coated caricatures colliding with ghetto dreams, and I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past some lint from my sock and this change that I got when I spot those tenements. 24 stories of death against the skyline backdrop of my nightmares, America. And the babies, brown sugar babies, peek through the rotten metal teeth of this cocoa brown monster. I speak as sunlight sneaks through the rotten metal teeth of this cocoa brown monster. And I'm speaking, but they're not hearing my words. They're not hearing my words while having the nerve to sit naughtily and yet haughtily on the ass end of the bell curve. And so I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past this lint from my sock and some chains that I got when I spot Sister Jones testify and swear she talked to God every day, but hasn't talked to her daughter Delia in 24 years. See, the devil got Delia now, baby. So I keep walking with my hands in my pockets, pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got when I spot a young mother transfer the pain from her battered mind to the palm of her hand, to the ashen faces of her children crying in unison and feeling disturbed and a little unnerved and very perturbed. I keep walking with my hands in my pockets and pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got when this job tells me it ain't feminine to curse and not carry no purse. So I respond with this verse. See, fool, I carry enough shit on my shoulders. And with back straight, smile wide, eyes and sclera, looking toward the sky, I keep walking with my hands in my pockets and pushing past this lint from my sock and this change that I got, and I keep walking and walking and walking. Man, I ad-libbed on that. That's the end. I added some new stuff literally just now.
Yes, Indigo Lee. Yo, let everybody know how to follow you because Ray did this, wants to know, people want to know.
Okay. It's at E Merriweather on Instagram. I'll put it in the chat. Thank you so much, y'all.
Thank you. Indigo Lee. Blazing it up. Woo! Let's see. Oh, Ray says she speaks for the ancestors. Paul Conqueso quotes, "See, fool." Love the flow. Yes. Yes and yes. E Merriweather at E Merriweather on IG. And Sydney, I see Sydney on the list, but Sydney is not in the room. So I am going to go to Raymond Camacho.
Boricua.
Hey, pa que tú lo sepa, wepa. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh my God, you're gorgeous today.
Thank you.
Oh my God, you're living.
I got your message about this New Jersey thing. So
yes,
that sounds good. You sound excited. I'm with it. You know, representing Puerto Rico. You know, as I put this show together, it's so much to be said. And you've been repping hard, Mr.
I sure have. I'm trying to get that spirit of Miguel Agarin. Honor him.
Yes. Wonderful. What you gonna do for us tonight?
I'm gonna do my poem on Hurricane Maria and America's response, and how they treated Puerto Ricans. It's called Thoughts and Prayers. And I'm also sitting down, so okay. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers to the victims of Maria, America heard what happened. Instead of sending help, we sent an orange supremacist and off-brand bounty. You know, bounty. The cheapest pieces of shit, Dollar Tree, toilet paper, thin paper towels, not even towels. And you know we could have afforded to send towels. And we know it always rains in your part of colonization. And this was just another storm. Don't use it as an excuse to beg for more. Hasn't America done enough? Tried our hardest to turn your island into dust? Isn't your citizenship enough? Thoughts and prayers. Oh, wait. I mean, El thoughts and La prayers, mi amigos, mi familia, mi Americanos, third-rate citizens, right behind the African Americans, maybe even on par with the Mexicans. Are Puerto Ricans born in the US even considered Puerto Ricans? Those who've never set foot on the island, are they considered Puerto Ricans? How many thoughts and prayers do you give the white man you call Jesus? We call him Jesus. Instead of converting the slaves and demonizing the gays, he's working for less than minimum wage, scraping the shit off your red, white, and blue. I'm telling you that this American dream is only for the men with white skin, blue hair, blue eyes, blonde hair, right hand raised up high, hail falling from the sky, hail listen to those lies, hail 3 tears for the colonized, hail thoughts and prayers, throw them into the river along with some sunflowers. And I promise you things will get better. I promise you that I will never let them throw paper towels at my people again. Your thoughts and prayers, America, shove them up your ass. Thank you.
Ray did this, Raymond Camacho. Yes, you did. Man.
Ray also fucked up in the middle of it.
I know, ain't that right? You know, yeah, I wrote that response to Maria was genocide, you know, and it's true. It's just true. Well, much respect to you, Raymond Camacho. We will keep on talking and keep on growing and keep on fighting the good fight because these things need to be said. Okay, my fellow.
Keep on being an inspiration and legend.
Thank
and
you.
Inspiring the next gen.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I try. Sometimes I even have like dark moments and doubt, and you know, I have to like talk myself. You know, I have to remind myself. But Thursdays always helps me.
You're beautiful.
It really does.
So beautiful.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you so much. So where do we go from here? Blew me away. Raymond Camacho. That, I guess, concludes the list. Even though Generalissimo Brian Franco has come back into the room, he was on the list, but we're going to keep him for the end of the good luck round. Why not? But opening the good luck round is none other than Julia Parsley.
Hello. How much time do I got today?
You know, I'm not gonna cap you. How about that? You do what you gotta do. I know you like to go long.
Get ready. Okay. All right. I have this piece that I have been saving to talk about in person, but I've decided now is the time to do it. And it's part of my life story, and it's rough, but it's important, and it's about 8 minutes. And trigger warning for sexual assault, psychological like abuse, and suicide. But so it's a fun one. But this is called Commodity. Okay, sorry, I'm really nervous. Okay. When I was in 4th grade, I was in a high-level math class because apparently I was good at math, even though I didn't think I was because my mother yelled at me for being in the stupid class and my father told me girls aren't good at math. I took a really hard test one week, but I didn't worry because it's just a test and I was just there to learn at my own pace. Everybody failed, but I got a C. That night, my mother screamed at me for hours while I cried and shook and at one point hid under a table. She made me go back to the school after hours, steal a textbook from the math room and study for hours into the night in fear. I don't think I ate dinner that night. I genuinely thought she was going to kill me. Weeks later, the school psychologist found out, and my mother found out that she knew. So she wrote me an after-the-fact apology letter. The bar was so low. Lies, lies. She did it again and again and again. And I developed severe PTSD because I learned that in order to deserve to live and be treated with basic dignity and respect, to feel safe, I had to be useful. I did not have inherent worth. I was only worth what I provided for her. And if I failed, I was worthless. So I became a genius. When your life depends on something, you will get that thing, right? While all the other kids are playing or making friends or laughing, I was crying over tests and cramming high loads of information into my brain. But didn't everybody want to be me? I always knew the answer. Poor Kaylee, who got a B in English and is an average math. I wonder how she'll deal without food tonight, but I don't have to worry about that because I am perfect. The best, the smartest, not smarter than him, yet now I am. None of you can catch me. You don't need this like I do, or maybe you do. I don't care. Why do you deserve to live more than me? Let's fight. I'll win. I'll get the highest grade. Cry about it, bitch. No one's going to take this from me. I'm on fire. I'm the best. I'm flying too close to the sun. No, I am the motherfucking sun. You don't know what hit you. Child genius, nothing else. No friends, no love, no money, no hobbies. Except for those that make me better and more useful than the rest. Have to build my resume for survival. A 16-year-old with a resume. No one can hurt me now. I'm too useful, untouchable. This is the high life. Crying to her about my grades. I might get a B. Is it okay? It isn't. It isn't. I can't get a B. I'll die. I'll be screwed. Please don't be mad. Please promise you won't hurt me. Child genius turns into adolescent genius. Everybody's getting boyfriends. I'm getting a 4.0. My boyfriend is a 67-year-old man, the biology teacher who runs the research program at high school. He said, I am a genius, and calls me sweetie, and touches me too much. Good. He finds me useful. This is probably okay. I've shown her the emails, and she says they're cute, though she touches me too. I guess it isn't important. Better to be used in 2 ways than one. 2 reasons now that they can't get rid of me. Can I make it easier for you? I'm happy to, even though I'm 16. No, please, tell me what to wear and how to talk and what to like so that I can be more your type. And then maybe you'll rescue me from her because you love me, because I've been so good, so useful to you. This is love, isn't it? Drunken fear, this adrenaline, this utility. This is what it is to be in love, right? She said, men only care about one thing, whether or not you can give them an erection, and you will definitely get them hard. When I talked about my worries that no one will fall in love with me. So I guess this is love. I guess I'm the lucky winner. I had nightmares about him. Child genius gets into the Ivy League. Well, we knew you would. So, right. This was an expectation, not an achievement. Thank God I got in. Checked that box for both you and him. Not even 3 days on campus, and I met Virginia. She called me a genius. She told me I could win a Nobel Prize. She made me take care of her in her apartment and threw a Percocet into a bowl in front of me. She tried to sell me to her 50-year-old boyfriend. Good. She finds me useful. She wanted me to get a 4.0. I can do that. I've been the best my whole life. How did you know? I think I'm in love with you. I think my fortes line up so well with what you demand. You can use me so easily, and I love being useful. I love being used. I love you. I'll do anything for you. Please use me and tell me how smart I am. Tell me how useful I am. Thank God I met you. I'm worth so much. Except I think I failed a test, and now I'm considering jumping out my 8-story window. Except I'm pulling out my hair. Except my heart dies every time you don't reply to my emails or texts, and I have a 3-hour panic attack when you yell at me for asking too many questions. Except I want to die now more than ever. I think about it every day. Jump out the window, get hit by a bus, have a heart attack, die of lupus, or maybe I'll get sepsis, or maybe I'll need a lung transplant, or I'll get anaphylaxis, or I'll just jump out the window. Jump out the window! I need to be better. I need to be smarter. I need to learn to play Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata 3 in 1 month. Then I can tell her, look, I learned to play the piano like a professional in 1 month. And she'll be so impressed, and I'll be even more of a genius, and she'll find me more useful and special, and no one will be able to get rid of me. Actually, I hate everything I do. I hate this poem. I hate the sound of my own voice. I hate my face. I hate my hair. I hate my clothes. I hate my body. I need to lose 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 pounds. I don't know why I'm here. I just kept going for so long. A product. She called me an investment, an object. I own you. Capitalism, a commodity for sale. Fuck all of you. I just wanted to be seen for once. I am not a product anymore. The truth is, if you hold a gun to their head, any child will become a genius. I never wanted any of this. I never wanted any of this. That's it.
Whoa! Wow. out, Julia.
Thanks.
Yo, that was wow. I'm speechless. Really, thank you for sharing that. I mean, a lot. I mean, abuse does create genius. I must say. Look at us. Look at all of us. Yes, quoting. There's a lot of quoting going on, Julia. You know, people are want you to do a one-woman show. You are brilliant. You are amazing, and I'm so grateful that we got to hear you in the good luck round. As always, you brought it. Blessings to you. You already know. Woo! Julia Parsley. Man, the way that we articulate pain is just, it's profound. It's beautiful. It flips the whole thing. But it still lives, like, you know, like we still deal with it. We sift to find the words of it. Okay, now Cephology is up next on this good luck round. Cephology, what's good?
Hola, hola,
Hey, you're indoors tonight.
I'm indoors tonight. Tonight is all about self-care, so I want to put everyone, because I'm not feeling my best today, but I'm so grateful and honored. I just did a spiritual training, spiritual fitness. So just to talk about it just real quick, I'm in training for Intensati. So intent standing for intention, sati meaning for mindfulness. And we use the physiology and the psychology of movement. So we use mantras, positive affirmations. We got kickboxing, yoga, a little Zumba, a little bit of all these things. And also we do breathwork exercises. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been stepping up my plate as a leader. And I have my godmother who has been there and has been doing this for years. And it's just the power of having a family member, a woman figure in my life that's just been so nurturing and nourishing, that really what it comes down to is, and I always say this and people will find me like so redundant, it takes a village to raise a child. African proverb, you know? I'm so grateful, so honored, so blessed, because I need more than one maternal figure and paternal figure in this world. We all do. We all need some of that. So just be vulnerable, let it out. So with that said, I thought I was going to KO lights out, and I'm like, y'all just revive me. I got the lime tea, chamomile, and ginger going. So here we go. Let's go. J. I hold on to the letter J like a hook. Hooked on, kind of like an umbrella. Supposed to protect you from the rain, right? Hooked on like a villain in Captain Hook. Invading those ships. Trying to take over those kids from Never Ever Land. I hold on to that because we share the same name. The only difference is that we drop the PH at the end. Your name Jose, mine Joseph. I think my mom added the PH because that stands for alkaline balance. And that's something you lacked. You. Undercover. Undercover stories that it took such a long time for me to capture. Old school photo album. Picture it. 1980s. Looking at this man, trying to figure out, who is this? Mama said not until you grow up just a little bit older. Going to grandma's house. Mama's side in East New York, Brooklyn. I want to introduce you to someone. Chubby man smiling, got all this beard and hair. Who the fuck is this guy? Remember that man in the picture, Mama said? That's your dad. Come again? I have a dad. He's been there all my life. What are you talking about? I remember watching TGIF, Family Matters, and thinking that that family was just like mine. It wasn't perfect, but the father figure there, laughing, always being supportive, going out to do his business as a cop, as my dad who raised me as a warehouse man. Late night shifts, not seeing much of him, but still managing to come back into the space, getting me into sport activities. Wasn't much into it, but the fact that I had that connection with that man. But going back to you, I'm gonna head over to A for the absence. Where were you all this time? What took you so long to revive yourself? To come a little closer and say, you know what? Things didn't work out so well, but I'm here now. So we're gonna go into the M for mother, because she's the one who always tells me and keeps it straight with the stories. Mother, mother, glory, glory. I didn't know the things that he exploded on your territory. It was like Walt Disney's Beauty and the Beast. One of my favorite characters was Chip, that little cup and Mama Teapot. Little did I know that the chip on your lip, that you still have the mark scar right here, was because of his infliction. Little did I know that when he was all white out, coked out story, put a gun to my head. Little baby. I have no recollection. That was told to me. Let's hold over to the C for the coward that you are. But I can't hold all these grudges in because you show me who my grandfather is. And I remember that day, feeling nervous, always nervous to meet someone new, get inside that building. And that man was skinny and he was chilled out and he was so nonchalant and happy to see me. That, oh yeah, that's my son, and saying all these great things about my biological dad. But the greatest shit is, as a little kid, I saw that you made no eye contact with him. So I knew there was more to that story. Oh! How outstanding it is that you left me again. Somewhere around the preteens, not knowing where the fuck you've been. Once again, hearing stories about what happened to my grandmother, your mother. And I don't hold any of these things against you. And I say these words because they erupt, because the inner child is still me. And I still feel like that little kid that you just left me fucking hanging. Cliffhanger story. J-U-A-M-A-C-O. Supposed to sell. Supposed to spell. Wamacao? We dropped the J. H. Umacao. That's the man who raised me. Hector. That's the area where my grandmother is that I never got to see, but I would hear her voice on the phone, always wanting to get to know me. I could feel her spirit over telephone wires, but the thing is, it wasn't just the technology of that, it was the voice box in her throat, because she had the disease that you just had to plug it in so she could speak and say what she had to say. I thought about my grandmother today because my voice, my throat chakra was tightening up more than blue. And it took me years, and I had your number saved, but I just didn't want to call you. Yeah, you text me for my birthday, and that's great, same day as Father's Day. But I stood silent, because I figure a real man would just give me a ring-a-ding. I mean, I'm not like all these other generations where we just text and keep it going. Can we keep it old school like we used to? What's up? What's up, my man? But I still think of you. Every time I will catch you on the subways or on the buses, all of a sudden, I want to turn my back and say, you know what, fuck him. Well, I got to talk to you for. But guess what? You owe me. You owe me another story. You owe me a part of my identity and my ancestry, because I thought all my family is in Aguada. But it was here. Macau. And that's what I need to know. Where is she buried? Where is her picture? I almost changed my last name because I wanted nothing to do with you until I heard it was her last name, Da Vila, the village. Joseph, one who increases. Brother, Enriquez, which is yours too, meaning king, Davila, of the village. And we'll add in Figueroa, because I just love figs. How about that? Either way, I hold no grudges. And this is more of a venting, a confession, if you will. But little by little, we'll reconnect. And I'm glad I took the steps to call you at your old job and find that. Because when there's a will, there's a way. But this time, the ball's in my court.
Alright, Cephology. Thank you for that. Wow. Ray said it's a soap opera. He's loving it. You can't hold these grudges in. Thank you so much for sharing, for your journey, for your spiritual path, for your physical path too, your bloodline. All the love in the world to you and much success. Woo. Okay. And Generalissimo Brian Franco, he has joined us in the room. And so now we'll go to him for the closeout.
Well, I think I have another person I never want to follow again. And may I say, I love that hairstyle. What is that? What is that called? It's not just a ponytail. It has a specific name.
What, this little thing right here?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, it's called, what else do I do? I don't know. Let me do this. That's what that is.
It's how to make my hair prettier than Paul Conqueso's.
Right? Paul's hair is pretty. Definitely.
It is, but yours is prettier today. So
thank you so much. I'm feeling the coconuts. How you doing? So you're somewhere else in the world today, huh?
Yeah, I have a friend who likes to call at the last minute to go out to dinner. He never likes to make plans ahead of time, and one of those people who you can only take. You really like them, you really enjoy the conversations you have with them, but you can't make plans with them. Everything's got to be at the last minute. You know those people.
Mm-hmm.
And so, so we went and we had a nice supper. He doesn't share dishes during COVID, which is okay, So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple poems from my friend's book, a different friend. This is a young poet from Portland, Maine. He's 30 years old. His name is Travis Govin. And he happens to run an open mic on every other Tuesday night at a place called Lincoln Speakeasy, which is a little basement joint in Portland, Maine, in the Old Port. I'm going to read two poems from his book first. The first is called Notes on Controlling Your Problems. The more you lie, the further behind you fall. It's sunny and 75, yet here you sit inside all afternoon, a 12-pack, and this selfish obsession of being alone in the doom and gloom, with a gas station burger for good measure. So, who's controlling whom? You or your problems? The little shorties, but I think he says a lot in a little bit. This is called Monsters. You know, when you were younger and too afraid to look under the bed because of the monsters, even though your dad and your mother and all the others tried to help and say stuff like, there's no such thing as monsters, and yet there you were, still unable to sleep at night because you swore there was something beneath you. Or when you were 13 and wished you had your old nightlight. Well, that's what is best about you and I. We're still both looking underneath a lot of the same beds. And this book is just filled with all type of interesting things like that, and a lot of poems about heartbreak. This boy's been through a lot. So I wrote this little micro poem. Is Ray still here?
No, Ray left the room. Ray
Oh,
Jane?
No, Ray did this.
Oh, Ray, yep, Raymond is still here.
Because if I do a micro poem, I have to make sure Ray is still here because he's the king of the micro poem. So this is just called Lifesavers Come in All Shapes and Sizes. There once was a seagull that nursed a beach whale back to healthy. It could be a long saga of a story, but that tells the whole story. And this is from my book, Everything I Think Is All in My Mind, which is for sale. I can put all the information into the chat, which I haven't done yet. So I came in late. The first poem is called Forgiven. I want to write a poem about forgiveness, but I am not sure it will qualify as a poem. Maybe it will just be a list of regrets of how I have chosen to live my life. I am unsure if I am capable of forgiveness. I am unsure if I understand what this word is besides powerful and confusing. Is forgiveness an idea, a construct, an act of contrition? When I forgive someone else, do I also need to forgive myself for finding myself in a situation that might have been beyond my control? Must I feel guilty for not giving closure to someone who has wronged me? Am I allowed to forgive and not forget? Or will that just be lip service to a word that is so arbitrary in its parameters it needs to be seen as an idea or construct? Is forgiveness an all or nothing deal? Is total forgiveness achievable? Can there be levels of forgiveness? Does it exist on a spectrum? Does it exist on a spectrum? Does it exist on a spectrum? Forgiveness, you exist in my vocabulary, but I have yet to define you. I shall try to write a poem about you so you can exist in totality. And I think I had one more mark if I can find it. The patron saint of damaged goods and excessive baggage, or if I were a saint, what color wax would I be? During the first great nervous breakdown, I purchased several prayer candles from a Jamaican-run store in Queens. The tiny storefront consisted of shelf after shelf of highball glasses with intricate drawings of saints, filled with just about every color of wax. It was like walking into a rainbow. A Rasta woman explained how each candle could enhance my existence. A dozen patron saints filled my tiny abode with the aroma of paraffin and seduced me asleep with fumes of futility. Should I wake and knock one over, I would burn down the existence of another tenement. And after the wax was gone, I'd acquired one funky set of glassware. Thank you.
Thank you, Generalissimo Brian Franco. All those thoughts in your head. So great. Okay, Indigo Lee wrote, like walking into a rainbow. Damn, the old ancient secret of forgiveness. Forgiveness is the only real way to happiness, writes Lantern Carrier. So I was looking at this old journal. This journal is from last year, and I guess I'll close out with just a little thought. just to think, you know, these things still going on in my mind as I create this next one woman show. And, you know, the last one woman show I did was in 2009, and that was Boogie Rican Boulevard. And I was sexually assaulted by the producer. And that was been one of the things that why I haven't been able to write another one woman show. And that has been coming up for me, you know, like, I don't know, these thoughts and fears. And it just, sometimes it feels like it doesn't make sense. And, you know, but it still lives in there, and I'm overcoming all kinds of things, creating from Puerto Rico. So I want to just put that out there. And that's why I'm, you know, I'm with everyone here that has gone through, you know, abuse. And, you know, you go through all these things, you wonder, did I call it? And I wonder if anything that I'm going to be doing right now is going to call something negative. And it's like, why am I even thinking that way? But it's like the trauma lives. But anyway, here's something that I wrote last year. Thank you. Deconstructing the ideas of love in my mind, normalizing staying ashore, then pulled with the tide of ingrained expectations of myself to qualify as worthy. The vulnerability of ridicule and shame, sitting with it and staring it in the face, while it lies to me, looking directly in my eyes, smiling with no reason to smile, just as a mask to fool me for a while. Because misery loves company, and I must look good enough to eat. There's no wonder of what would make my world feel complete. And this voice is just a record that I put on repeat. So we're gonna try to break that record, make a new one, create something new to say to myself, to say to ourselves. You know, we write these poems, and we create the narrative for the world to live into, or for ourselves to live into. I love you all very much. It has been another amazing Thursday night. Stay tuned. Next Thursday, I will be live at La Sea Theater, Teatro Sea. So I won't be here, but Advocate of Words is going to be covering for me. And if you're interested, follow me at La Bruja NYC. Come see me do some adult comedy with Gabe Hernandez. Thank you, everyone. This healing journey, we do it together with all the love. La Bruja, over and out from New York. What? New York Poets Cafe.